Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Fahmi Hasan Nugroho, a lecturer in Sharia and Law Faculty, UIN Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung. Today, I will present our study under the title Halal Supervisors Between Formality and Function, an evaluative study of compliance practice in Indonesian companies. Let me begin with the background. According to Law Number 33 of 2014 on Halal Product Assurance, companies in Indonesia are required to appoint halal supervisor to ensure compliance with halal standard. However, in practice, many companies only appoint external supervisor for the sake of obtaining certification. And once the certificate is issued, their contracts are often terminated. This creates a gap between the formal requirement of having a supervisor and the actual function of continuous halal monitoring. To give you an idea of the scale, by August 2025, there were more than 2.5 million halal certificates issued, but only about 20,000 certified halal supervisors. This raises an important question. How effective is halal supervision in Indonesian companies? The objective of our study was to evaluate the effectiveness of these halal supervisors, particularly in terms of how they are recruited, the types of contacts they hold, and their involvement after certification is granted. Drawing on institutional theory, the study highlights symbolic compliance driven by regulatory pressure. In terms of methodology, we adopted a qualitative descriptive evaluative approach. Data were gathered through open-ended questionnaires and in-depth interviews with 26 halal supervisors, 5 company managers, and 4 halal auditors. Most participants were from West Java, with additional respondents from East Java, Central Java, and South Kalimantan. Now, let us move to the result. First, on recruitment and experience of halal supervisors. Out of 26 halal supervisors, 17 were external and only 9 were internal. As you see in this data, many had experience in assisting multiple companies at the same time, some even more than 5 companies. Our analysis, this data shows that many companies appoint supervisors externally just to fulfill administrative certification needs, rendering the role more formalistic and less integrated into organization structural. Second, regarding background and contract status. A majority of supervisors came from the pool of halal process assistants who had previously worked with micro and small enterprises in the self-declared program. They just upgrade themselves to become halal supervisor, and the majority are not contracted to be permanent halal supervisors. Note, halal process assistants can only assist with halal certification for micro and small enterprises through the self-declared program. They earn between 38 ringgit per certification. So they upgrade themselves to become halal supervisor so they can assist all types of company, and the their earning is rises to between 200 until 1,000 ringgit per certification. Third, we look at involvement in production process. Here, we found that external supervisors were mostly engaged only during audits or document preparation. while internal supervisor played a greater role in daily oversight. Still, only three supervisors reported maintaining daily involvement. Most were involved occasionally, monthly, or even less frequently, and nine had no further engagement at all after certification. This finding highlight several challenges. Supervisors themselves admit they were often excluded from daily process and sometimes lack technical understanding of production. Many also face unclear contract terms and compensation, limited training opportunities, and excessive workload when supervising several companies at once. We also gathered insight from halal auditors. They confirm that most supervisors encountered in the field were temporary contractors whose roles ended abruptly after certification. Some supervisors even work across many companies simultaneously, which diluted their attention and weakened oversight. Given these problems, we propose several solutions. One is a transitional model where external supervisor assist during the certification process, but at the same time, train internal staff to continue the supervision afterward. Another solution is to shorten the validity period of halal certificates so that companies undergo regular audits every 3 to 4 years. In addition, requiring quarterly or semi-annual report to the authorities, combined with public surveillance mechanism, could strengthen continuous compliance. To conclude, our study shows a significant gap between the formality of appointing halal supervisor and their actual function role in sustaining halal compliance. Strengthening contract, capacity building, and integrating supervisor into daily production process are essential if Indonesia wants to ensure that halal certification is not merely symbolic, but genuinely reflect halal assurance in practice. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.